Welcome everyone to Gamer Melt. Today, I've got a ton of stories for you, starting with AMD's reference cards, GDDR6 shortage until February, official Cyberpunk 2077 RTX 3000 performance is awful, an upcoming Monster Nvidia GPU, and release date and specs for custom 6900 XTs. Okay, it's news time, and first up for today, a recent story came out on AMD's RX 6000 reference design cards being discontinued, and that did look to be the case when the story was written. Now, I say did because in a new post by the VP and General Manager of AMD's Radeon division, Scott Herkelman, states that they just officially extended their reference design cards indefinitely. And that's obviously great news, given the cards are really nice, but I wouldn't assume that means we'll get more cards since some of the GPUs that would have gone to AIB partners will simply now go to reference designs. But first, if you're looking to give the gift of knowledge this year, look no further than today's sponsor, Brilliant, the problem-solving based website and app with over 60 amazing courses in math, science, and computer science. Not only that, but with Brilliant, it's easier than ever to learn computer science. See, Brilliant breaks up complex topics into bite-sized lessons, so they're easy to digest. What's even better is that instead of explaining things, they teach you by doing. From interactive challenges to code writing and more, Brilliant makes learning fun. Plus, they offer daily challenges to keep you sharp and learning more. So what are you waiting for? Guide a loved one or yourself from curiosity to mastery by visiting brilliant.org/gamermeld. And the first 200 people who visit the link get 20% off the annual premium today. And speaking of stock, there's a new story out that's definitely a bit worrisome. In a recent report by the French site Kotlin, it looks like we're hearing yet another reason that explains the recent GPU shortages, and it's not good news. According to them, there's a shortage of GDDR6 memory, which both AMD and Nvidia use in their newest cards, though Nvidia's higher-end cards use a faster GDDR6X variant. Either way, according to them, this will likely extend into February before GDDR6 stock returns to normal. And of course, I recently discussed a story on more GPUs coming in a week or so, but I'm not sure if this will affect that or not. I don't think so, given these have been expected for a while, but the shortage could affect future shipments. Here's to hoping we won't actually have to wait until February. Next up for today, if you haven't heard, Cyberpunk 2077 has officially been released. And while the game is a lot of fun, I can say myself, it's not without a ton of bugs and performance issues on PC. I know I've seen plenty claim they can't even start the game. With that said, Nvidia did release DLSS and RTX support for their RTX GPUs at release. Well, in their announcement for ray tracing and DLSS support, they originally didn't share performance numbers under Cyberpunk 2077, but they do now. And as you can see, the game is essentially unplayable at 4K with ray tracing and DLSS turned off, even on the 3090. Luckily, when you turn on DLSS, things get much better, but obviously DLSS is essentially upscaling, so it seems a bit disappointing. Things get significantly better at 1440p and even more so at 1080p, but given the 3090 was built as an 8K GPU, it's pretty sad how poor the performance is. Of course, the game seems to have been rushed out the door, so hopefully things will get much better, but with a $1,500 GPU only getting 22 FPS without AI upscaling, I'm a bit shocked. Next up, we have yet another leak that further helps to confirm a few new Nvidia GPUs, including a Monster. The new cards were found in an HP OEM driver and added to the laptop Video to Go forums. Now, according to Video Cards, HP doesn't list actual product names and drivers, but admins at the laptop forum do. And as you can see here, this driver adds multiple GPUs. We're talking the 3050, 3060 Mobile, a Quadro card, and the infamous 3080 Ti. Now, Video Cards reached out to the user who maintains a competing database, and according to him, he's 99% sure that these are correct, and definitely sure about the 3080 Ti. Oh, and resident leaker Copite7Kimmy also claims that these device IDs are accurate, so Nvidia is clearly working on numerous cards. As for specs, Copite7Kimmy still claims the 3080 Ti comes with the same number of cores as the 3090, and it looks clear that it comes with a whopping 20GB of GDDR6X memory. Now, we've obviously discussed these specs in the past, but they're looking more and more accurate. As for price, we really don't know, but my guess is that it's set to compete with AMD's RX 6900 XT, and it will probably come in at the $1,000 price range. Either way, with driver support, it's likely coming fairly soon. And speaking of AMD's newest RX 6900 XT, I recently confirmed in my 6900 XT stream that custom cards have been approved by AMD. Unfortunately, I didn't know the date at the time, but it looks like that's now been revealed. In a new report by Video Cards, we can see that they shared renders for the Red Devil 6900 XT, and it looks about like their 6800 XT model, but the big thing here is specs and release date. Starting things off, the Red Devil variant adds 90 MHz to both the gaming and boost clock, though if you saw my stream where I do some overclocking on the 6900 XT, you'd know that it can get much higher than that. And lastly, PowerColor confirmed the GPU will be available starting December 17th. Now, obviously that's just one AIB partner, but if one is allowed to sell it, then all the others should be as well, so I'd mark that date on your calendar. So while that does it for today, are you ready for Nvidia's RTX 3080 Ti, or are you disappointed in those Cyberpunk performance numbers? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you liked the video, please subscribe, and as always, have a great day!